League final, and we'll talk about qualifier, the games that happened in World Cup qualifier, and the friendlies that happened throughout the weekend. Good morning, also. How are you?
Good morning. Exciting weekend. Bad news from there, though. Spalletti has been relieved of his job as Italian manager after a disgraceful showing against the Norwegian side.
Yes.
It was a fantastic weekend. Welcome to the show, guys.
Good morning, John.
Good morning to you. Good morning, dear listeners. Welcome to another exciting show. You know, the weekend was full of surprises. Nobody saw it coming, but all in all,
Why didn't
give
you
God
Why
thanks.
didn't you see coming?
No way, Italy. With this, nobody saw it coming. And they tell you, highest goal scorer in the series are 20 goals plus.
25 to be precise.
All of them, the Bastoni, best Italian defense, all of them just that day, they just use that they go sleep.
Yet again, I've been proven right once more.
Leave the proving right anything.
No.
Because I think he went with political sentiment rather than form.
Everybody wanted him to play, he played.
No.
Everybody wanted him to play, he played. And it just goes to show you that the Norwegian giant and the boys at that side are doing a fantastic job.
Leave that thing.
Solot was on fire, Nusa on fire.
The midfield does not complete.
Odegaard on fire.
The
midfield does not complete. He go experiment waiting no good. Then
Wait till the experiment there.
They deal with that. The next morning they announce a sack.
We talked about that game on Saturday, but let's leave that game. He was sacked. The Italian coach was sacked. Even though in the press conference he announced it before he was sacked. After announcing the tactics,
he got dodge bullet.
Sharp man. He wanted to just announce that
he's leaving. You know they don't really sign sack letter.
But he was sacked. You know, I think he won with Napoli the first title with Osimhen before he left the national team. But he have not really.
That man saw the future. Yeah. As the win trophy, you know, Napoli go get problem. He just withdraw himself.
He have not really done well since he moved to the national team. But let's see who is going to be in national. Another coach for Italy, if he can help them, because Italy for the past couple of years they missed last Euros, they missed the last World Cup, where they missed these two tournaments. So they are trying very hard to do something for themselves. But that generation of stars, just like Brazil, we've been talking about Brazil, that generation of stars for Italy just faded out. The Piero, Totti.
That one, generation, even the recent generation of Chiellini. Even the recent generation of Chiellini, them and the rest.
Chiellini retired at 80, so all of them was still that the Piero age. But the same thing that is happening in Brazil is happening at Italy. I don't know what happened to this next generation. The only country I can actually remember that have always keep producing stars is England. Somehow they keep producing
every year. And Spain. They shuffle every year. So we look into the German and French side now. Into the French and the German side.
I think one of the reasons.
Even France.
We look into France and Germany.
But the problem is Italy and a couple of other teams held on to their golden generation too fast. They didn't allow young blood in. And to a certain point, you have young players who are available, even to call, when you call them up, they will not even come.
Do you know, at some point, I was thinking that Nyomo will play for this Croatian side.
Yeah.
Because, bro, that was the only country we associated with. We know that he came, I didn't know that he was from Spain. I felt like, okay, maybe he just play for Croatia. Look at Modrigo.
You have to understand too that if, for example, if a 35-year-old is doing well, for us, Ronaldo is scoring goals. If you have another player, younger player, that is scoring 90 goals, you call him up. But the problem that some of this generation, young boys, they are not even performing. What do you expect the coach to do? To call you because we are young? It doesn't happen that way.
If you're performing, they call you up. But Ronaldo is overperforming. You sit on the bench and learn.
That, for example, in Italy, look at this crop of generation. I'm just talking in general. They are not, like, in quote, doing fantastic for their club. So even those times we are talking about, you end up calling up probably a Chiellini because there is no other young defender that is better than him. You have to pick players by form. It's not most times. I'm not going to blame the coach. I'm just going to blame. I don't even understand the generation.
You have to blame the coach. You have to also blame the system as well, because
you blame everybody.
Because forget about that, because you can either have emotion or you can have progress, and you cannot have both of them at the same time. So if you want to progress, you have to bring these guys in and at least keep them in the camp, keep them working together, keep them.
You want to bring in somebody that scores 7 goals in a season.
And Baba, what do you get?
What do you get?
if you get somebody that has like this probably that is doing better than
now you look at it.
Excuse me.
On the start.
Let's use Nigeria as a case study, right? We have the Osimhen, we have the Boniface, even though Boniface may retire self and not send again. We have these guys, but we have guys that are performing. We are still relying on them. You have Cyril Dresser scoring for fun in Italy. You have other guys.
I don't know why the debate is.
We have Nathan Teller. You have other guys that are doing something. And the people where they show you body movement, say they won't play for us. Not the people where they do TikTok. So now, but if you insist and you keep holding on to these guys, those guys will develop apathy and they will not come when you call them up.
What I'm saying is that we can argue all we want, but the issue there is that this young player is not still better than the old players.
No,
we are not better, but
even if
the old players cannot play 90 minutes all the time. You will bring them in and give them chance.
Godwin, the old players will fade out.
Thank you.
But once there is no,
that's one reality nobody can deny.
See, they fade out.
Wait, now when you don't have a proper, like look at England, USA, and I'll use some other countries as an example.
USA, they qualify for anything.
No, I just use them as an example. You go look there under 17. Look there under 20, then they go far. Now, but it's I say, carry down under 17, we go far this year, put them for under 20, they go still go far. Why not still go into that under 20 setup? Carry at least 4 of those players. Carry that.
That's the thing.
Move them, go the next team. Now, that's the system that is broken because now you don't want to select from the big team. You don't want to select a team for the senior team. You now look at the under 20 that went to the World Cup semi-finals. The under 17 that went to the World Cup finals. You now look at those teams. The England under 20 that went to the World Cup. You now be like, they are not good enough for the senior team.
We are punishing merits and rewarding big name. That's what we are doing.
So the system, the system
cannot work if the player generation that are coming before them are underperforming.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you that if you scout them, you put them in the first.
What are you scouting? You are scouting a player that scored in 2 seasons that is 17, 18, so maybe 22 years that have not marked 10 goals in his career.
Okay.
And you bring him up for national team, and even when you introduce him, he does not still perform for the national team. The old players will fade out. They are being called up. Some of these players we are called up, but they are on the bench. They join.
They are looking at their club performance.
So I'm taking that they joined the camp even when the old players was there. But this old player was playing because they are performing them in the club side. And they retire, then you promote these people that you promote them still. They are not still performing.
You can't win a Euros or a World Cup without youth.
Last Euros, or was it the World Cup?
You can't win it without youth.
What did you say, winner?
You can't win it without youth.
Look at the last.
Why Croatia fall off the way they fall off?
Look at the last 4 tournaments or the last 3 tournaments after the 2018 World Cups. Look at that tournament. You see that waiting actually win those tournaments now youth. With experience, you get the experience in the side, but with a proper blend.
That's what I'm saying.
This
we are talking about, they are performing in their club. I'm saying that Italy youth are not performing. What do you want the coach to do?
They are performing. Now you just start them
when Chiellini, when they won the last year, I think it's 2020, Chiellini played. He was about 36 years old. Because in his club side, he was still the best. You cannot
he's still the best and he's still a household name in Italy.
What I'm saying that
but when Chiellini was playing, Daniele Rugani was on that bench.
Yeah, you are saying the same thing. When he retired now, some of these young players were on the bench in that Euros 2020 or something like that. He left. Still, the people that took over him did not still perform.
Now look at it now. Chiellini they start. Chiellini Bonucci. Let's use the example. Chiellini Bonucci is starting. There's a Rugani Bastoni on the bench.
Thank you.
You get. Now look at the current setup, and as you're going, you'll see more players develop. It's not as the way it was, so shall it be to the end. The more you're progressing, the more you'll see more players develop. Try to fight for place. Now you have a Bastoni there, yes, in the last game. You have a Bastoni. Which other defender could say they credible enough to pay with Bastoni? That's what you should be looking out for.
Now, me and you are not saying the same thing.
Now that's the thing. Now, if you call them up, if you call people up, if you call people up only by household name,
no, this
is the problem of
Italy. Do you know there are better defenders in Como and
you are saying the same thing.
Okay,
why you not call them?
Even if why will you find? I'm saying the same.
Why will you
if
go?
A player is playing, for example, who is this? What is this old guy's name that is playing for Inter Milan? The guy that scored
Acerbi.
If Acerbi is maybe 35 years old, I'm playing better. and you call him up for the national team. He was called up though. He said that he doesn't want to call up. He was called up for the national team. And you bring a younger player from Como. Probably he plays another tournament and retire. That Como player was still in the national team. And when he retires, this Como player cannot fit in the boot. Whose fault is it? Is it the coach that did not?
It's the scouting department, because you cannot tell me that in Italy,
you know,
that have Serie A to Serie E, you cannot find good defender.
You're going to change this thing. Okay, I don't invest now because even if I coach the Italian side, I will win World Cup, Coppa Italia. I will win everything.
Coaches have not tried and they are not qualified. We can give you an example with Brazil too, because I think it's not really their fault. It's a generational thing. Brazil had this generation for a very long time. Now, the next generation that is coming up.
Do you know it's affecting Spain too?
You are saying the same
because
thing.
Spain don't have a proper nine.
Spain never get proper nine before. Leave that thing.
Torres, waiting be Torres. They whine me. Waiting be Raúl González. Raúl González. Diego Costa.
Oyarzabal striker. Since David B and striker, Oyarzabal striker.
What are you? I'm just saying that the crop of strikers they had then was plenty. But what I'm saying that it's sometimes a generational thing. Like Italy is affecting them, like Brazil is affecting them. It's not necessarily the fault of the coach or promoting young players. The generation that is coming up,
Godwin, I agree with you, but another issue is if you fail to call these guys up because you have your stars, we are going to see a greater number of players switching allegiance so they can get shirts in the national team somewhere.
At the end
we saw Brazil lost Diego Costa because Spain recruiting was top notch, and of course their recruiting could have been top notch only because Diego Costa was lighting up La Liga. You have to rush and grab him and put him somewhere. You understand me? But there are other people that are there that they are not calling. They are not calling their names.
Godwin.
It's just a one-off.
Godwin. Players where they play physical, rugged football don't fade out. Now players are playing soft touch, the VAR kind of football, and you have a VAR kind of team. You as a coach, you will bend to select your players that will fit your style of play.
That's the thing. Recruiting has to be top notch.
It's still back to everything I want to say. It's still back to recruiting.
Yes.
We know about those players then. Those players that plays then without a coach. Now you're telling me that you have the likes of Maldini, Pello. What's the other guy?
All these guys were scouted in the first place.
So let me now look at the let's say you have a Totti, Rossi, Gattuso in midfield with a touch of Pello in that midfield. You don't get coach at all. They go still win you match.
So what is the problem now? The problem is
I'm saying the leaders.
No, the problem is the generation. The generation of crop of players
are living. You now as a coach, you bend.
You cannot discount.
Because now you're saying
you cannot discount the generation that say all the people that were born from 2000 to 2025 are rubbish. Throw them away.
Brazil,
it was scouting team.
What are you scouts to produce another Ronaldo dilemma? What can you start to produce another Ronaldo? You know they say
Baba talent there.
Now.
Talent there.
Brazil now.
Talent there.
How many times you watch Brazil league?
No, it doesn't.
You go wake up from midnight watch one day. You go say talent.
How you take now about Neymar? No be. Wait. How you take discover Neymar?
Neymar is in his 30s. That generation will.
No. How did we discover Neymar in the first place?
Now because we stay up. We hear rumor. We can't stay up all night.
How many?
Find the guy.
If you notice that in Neymar generation, only Neymar stood out in that generation.
No, they did two now.
Who else?
Coutinho now.
If Coutinho don't fade out.
I'm not
talking about if you look at it. If you look at this generation, you cannot compare those generations.
I give a name.
Generation Femio. If you carry, how do you know that this player? All this argument. How do you know if you carry these players and put in own generation, they will not even make.
They not reach there, but they hold their ground.
We are not
because
saying
of how the coach
we are not saying you should carry them and put them with old generation.
No.
We are saying that you should have a scouting team looking at these guys and find a way to bring them in.
So all people are agreeing is that these countries that are faded out, they don't have any, they don't look at these leagues, they don't scout well. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying that the coach look at it now. That's what God is job is saying. No, but I'm saying that maybe when you say you've lived the high, you get, and what you have is just average players. Now you're still looking at these average players can do the high. No, make the average players do the most. not the high.
That's the
Make them do the best they can and get them to like now. I know I can't produce a Ronaldo de Lima. I know I can't produce a Cristiano Ronaldo. I know I can't produce a Lionel Messi. I can't produce a Pele. I can't produce a Maradona. Now I can't produce all of these greats.
Yes.
Now
It's
I have
called the
and I have Sancho, Rashford, Daniel James, Mohamed Kudus, Jared Bowens. I have this kind of players. I make them play kind of way that will make them be stars.
The problem is that other countries like Spain, England still keep their stars. If you go to a tournament with this player, you will not win it because other countries still keep their stars rolling.
Do you know?
Are still trying to manage young stars?
Do you know?
Not doing well.
Excuse me.
By the time you go 2 years,
do you know that Spain?
you get them
Excuse
to
me.
place.
Do you know that? Excuse me now. Do you know that Spain lost it after the golden generation? How did they come back? What were the results when they didn't have the Lamine Yamal and the rest and all of them? They haven't beat back the results, but they kept recruiting, they kept working on their system, kept bringing in players, and now you have the team they have.
France lost it at some point.
Yes.
Before Deschamps came in and went to the finals in 2016. They lost enough players. Then after that 2018 World Cup that they won, after that 2018 World Cup that they won, they still lost a number of players for the next World Cup.
See, France always has stars. Those stars underperform in tournament. That is two different things. Those stars underperformed after the 2020, after they finished winning the Euros on 2000, I guess. Those stars, they have stars, the Vieira, but they end up performed on the in every tournament. That one is
where they go World Cup final against Italy.
That's what I'm saying. Most of these tournaments you're talking about, they have stars there. But the question that is these stars underperform.
The quality of stars before and the quality of stars next.
No, we now come down to the same thing I'm talking about.
But they still went on to recruit.
But they did well.
Tell me, apart from even this player you're talking about now that are recruiting, look at some of these players that are recruiting now. They are still doing well for their club. That's what I'm saying. You have to do well for your club as a youngster.
Oh, yeah, you have to do well for the club.
Go to La Liga 2, La Liga 3. You go see men where they ball. Let's come to England. Excuse me. Let's come to England. Do you know what it took for them to call Jamie Vardy up, even when he was doing well?
Leave England. England has
no, I'm still there. I'm giving you a case study. I'm giving you a case study of you have talent. Talent is not playing in a big club. I'm not because he's not in a big club. They are not calling him up into the setup.
If Vardy did not do what he did with Leicester, they will never call him.
Do you know that there are 1,001 Vardys in England that have not been looked in their direction?
You said if what Vardy did, I agree. What Vardy did,
you have to perform for your club.
Waiting Calvin do, we make them call him.
Calvin Phillips.
Yes.
Does he play?
When they call him, he was playing now. At that time, he was playing.
He played well for Leeds, right?
That season.
That's what I'm saying.
With all the things Ivan Toney did at Brentford, how many call-up
did he get?
You know what I'm saying?
Because it was doubling the numbers.
Thank you.
It was making impact.
In a country, for example, in England, once you promote players from a smaller club. But for example, if a player is doing well for maybe Manchester United or Arsenal and plays for England, normally you have a first call-up because he's playing for Arsenal. What I'm saying that if you look at some of these teams in Italy that fell off, from Brazil that fell off, look at who the Brazil are calling off for. Players that are playing for West Ham. It's just that
you work with what you have.
That's what
now.
I'm saying. And the generation
and that guy they deliver.
Come on,
they deliver. No, pocket they deliver. Okay, you start them, it gives you number, it gives you results.
Qualification. No, we are talking about the way countries fell off. Brazil, they are not qualified for 2 major tournaments. They have been changing coaches, but it's not really working.
Case study this conversation.
It's not a coach problem.
Case study this conversation is Italy. How will they lose to Norway?
So
3 goals to 0.
They have been losing when they didn't qualify for the World Cup or the Euros. I don't even know which one. They lost to Macedonia. That's what in the playoffs. So it's not necessarily about Norway or Italy. They have been going down just like Brazil. They need to be studied. That's the way they went down. Both these two countries, Brazil and Italy, they need to be studied.
And the way Croatia is about to go down,
especially Brazil, even they break. But when they do that, they are call up. I just think that's when I just shake my head. But one day we'll talk about this very, very well. Okay, qualification, the World Cup qualification in Europe that happened on Saturday. Bosnia beat San Marino 1-0. Austria 2, Romania 1. Malta and Lithuania played a 0-0 draw. Finland lost to Netherlands 2-0. Andorra 0, England 1. Albania and Serbia played a 0-0 draw. Okay, England just scored a lone goal in that World Cup qualifier. It was a surprising game. Kane just scored 1 goal, and in the World Cup, first half was they defended. Andorra defended in the first half. Got a draw in the first half, but in the second half, England tried to push, and Kane scored the only goal to win that game for them.
See formation now. 7-3-2.
And I don't know what the hell that's the for that national team.
See.
Now, we're talking. See, back to that call-up conversation. We know. So, okay, fine, because of leadership, because of experience, you call them up. But we know, say, even for Ajax, where he go the recent season, now bench he did. He was playing from the bench. And we know there's no reason for him to be put in that midfield. And I was watching a debate about Paul Scholes and this saying where we feel.
Also, when you give half-baked stories without facts,
yes, we play from the bench.
When you give half-baked stories without facts, you water down the person's credibility. He moved from Saudi to Ajax, got there, received their captain ban, was playing full games for them until the fallout.
He went to the bench.
Until the fallout. He only went to the bench because of the fallout with the manager, not because of performance.
No, they don't change manager. It's still the bench.
Baba, and that's the thing. The manager that has come in has bought into the bias of the club, and he's acting in line with that bias. Simple.
Fine, sell him now.
Simple.
And no club is going for him. Bro, if you are doing well and the manager has problems,
it's not about if you are doing well. It's not about that. Why did Ten Hag bench Ronaldo and didn't play him again till he was forced out of the club?
Bro, Ten Hag and Ronaldo.
There was a fallout, simple and short. So if you come here and say if they move go Ajax, if they Ajax, if they bench, bro, the story no complete.
That means that there are no young players in England that play the number 6. Or number 4, a defensive midfielder that can replace him.
That's your interpretation.
Because that's what we are asking now.
That's your interpretation. I disagree with you. The manager can feel that
Rice is there.
Standards in this team, because he's a super young team, he needs a leader on the pitch, and you can't begrudge him. It's his job. Harry Kane cannot do that job. You can have a leader by performance and you have a leader by character and values, right? Boy. The guy who is a leader by performance may not be good with people, but you have a leader that is a people person that can relate to people, that people look up to and respect.
At a very
young age. Can lead. That's the thing.
At a very young age.
If Tuchel feels he needs an Anderson, bro, he needs an Anderson. Whether he's right or wrong. But at the actual end that can replace Anderson in that midfield, he choke.
Yes, right.
He said leader in the side. Nicholas at a young age was captain of West Ham side.
Baba,
and was doing well.
Nobody is taking that away from him.
He's a leader by character.
Nobody is taking that away from him.
He's a leader by character and by performance. I called the other person's name. You said he can be a leader by performance, but by character as well. If you look at the way he handled the Tottenham dressing room, he was a leader by character and by performance. You look at the back line. Let's not even go there. The back line, they have 2 players that can lead by character and by performance. Harry Maguire did.
By character and performance,
Maguire, yes.
Wow.
Harry Maguire, yes.
What has he achieved?
You see?
Yes. Let's go there. What did he not achieve?
FA Cup final against Man City.
Oh wow. Which year? Don't be this year.
He don't win now. You asked me what has he achieved.
Anderson is the most successful player in that England side right now.
You see, John.
No, you can't discredit him. You can't take it away from him.
And by performance.
He has won serially.
I don't give you plenty.
He has won serially with
now we go back to
he has won serially with Liverpool. He has done it back to back and 1,000 times again. He has done it with England. He has done it with Liverpool. He has done it everywhere he has been. Simple.
Where else has it been that he did?
QED. Liverpool has done it there, yes.
Okay, in Europe, depending, I think it's because of Andorra, because Rice was on the bench. Rice normally would have started if it was a big team. Anderson probably is there for leadership, or probably maybe in that position, England doesn't have enough players.
How? And then what's he waiting to?
So you are not the coach.
Thank you.
So all these things we are going to argue about young players are not young players. The difference is that a coach and his team. That's how he has the team. We can come here and argue that you invited a 35 years. That's what we are talking about. We started with the show with inviting old players where you can go to League One or League Two and invite. It doesn't work that way.
Nah,
Yes.
If a team of players, if a team of coach that knows the job, you know, we can come here and analyze anything once another because we are outside the box.
Yes, we are outside the
inside
system.
box,
Yes.
and you look at a young player playing in, let me say, Leeds United and Henderson. Who do you think majorly need in this tournament? Do you need a young boy or do you need a Henderson? They will make a choice. If they say Henderson is better, let this boy improve. When he improves, he's still 21 years, he can still come in, but Henderson is going, you need experience. So that's why most times, that's why I'm arguing with you people at the beginning of the show. Most times, these coaches see these things. They don't just invite young players for inviting sake. They need to win a tournament. They need to win a qualifier. They don't need to experiment.
Thank you.
That's like when you invite them to
Thank you.
I'm not saying invite them and start them. Invite them and put them on the bench.
Baba, you can't
have your starting line. You can't have your starting lineup and average it of a starting lineup being 32.
Even if it's 35.
Now an average age of your starting lineup 32. Now you don't come down.
Croatia have done it.
Your bench. No player is younger than 25.
Portugal have done it.
It does not matter.
It's a problem.
If
Portugal have done it. Croatia have done it.
If he wins you the tournament, he wins you the tournament.
It's
very simple. Everybody wants result. Okay, look at if you go to a tournament with the young players and you don't perform, they will sack you.
Thank
you.
You.
Go to the old players, you don't perform, they will sack you. So which one will you choose?
You mixed it. You mix it. You sandwich it.
Okay, England won that game 1-0. England obviously is going to qualify for the World Cup because their group is actually very, very, very small. Very small in food. They are
supposed to just be like 17-0.
They won that
should be
game.
well of Serbia.
And I think England need to worry again because most of their stars don't really produce that stars like in the olden days too. Apart from few players like Saka, Palmer that are still young, they need to start watching it. So that they will start producing big players again. So that what's happening in Italy and Brazil will not happen to them, even though that when it comes to England, they have one of the biggest adverts. Like when it comes to football, everybody watches English Premier League wherever you are in the world. So most players would like to just play there and pause. Okay, that's okay. Let's talk about one more game. World Cup qualifier yesterday is Netherlands. Netherlands played Finland away.
2-0.
That game 2-0. Dumfries again scored in that game. The interesting part of that game is that Frimpong played as a right. Like as a winger, even though Liverpool is going to buy him as a right back, so it's going to be interesting how he's going to play for Netherlands in this game. So let's see what happens with him. But they won that game. Netherlands won that game 2-0. Okay, let's talk about the big one. Yesterday, Portugal beat Spain 5-3 on penalties to win the UEFA Nations League finals. That game ended 2-2. After 120 minutes, Cristiano Ronaldo scored again. That guy has been a phenomenal player. He has scored, even though he's 40 years old, he has been scoring goals wherever he is. Nobody can bench him, that number 9. Somehow he scores goals. The second goal he scored for Portugal, the way he just nudged the defender and just tapped that ball inside the net. That guy is good. But good game generally in that final. Spain scored first, and everybody was thinking, okay, before the game it was Yamal versus Ronaldo because the gauge and age difference was huge. But Yamal did not even play well in this game. Ronaldo not really played well, but he scored the goal. But his job in this team is not really to play well. His job now is to just score the goal.
Yes.
That's what he's doing.
Where you want play well? But
generally in that finals, it was a good final, but Portugal deserves to win this final.
No doubt on penalties, anything can happen. But where I'm going to now is that nobody, and it's little things like this, little pockets of time like this that I think after winning this tournament, they should, in that celebration, the coach should just call everybody together and tell them, I respect this man right there, because you see it in the build up to these finals. A lot of times it's as if, what is he still doing here? A lot of times the attitude, the body work from his compares in the flanks is like, this I can do better than this, I can do. But bro, nobody performs, nobody turns up, nobody puts in the work hours like this man does, and he shows. You can see whenever he plays, you can see him after winning it, he's in tears. Why? Because he wasn't even expecting it again, that he's winning again with the national team. Remember the last time they won with the national team, he was injured in the finals. He was standing on that sideline of the pitch and he was
That was the
Coaching the
Euros
team.
2016.
Coaching
He
the
won the
team.
Nations League, I think, recently.
This Nations League, we can agree to disagree, send a friendly cup in the.
But he's not winning two.
He's not winning two. But the last big tournament, you saw what it meant to the man. And this is what we are talking about. When you have somebody who is I'm running out of adjectives. When you have somebody who is a consummate professional, a maestro at his work.
Portugal good.
When you have a solid man.
Call the midfielders for me. Call the games of
maybe choke. Baba, people were there that thing, bro. Alpha, they needed this goal to get into
they penalty. They need the goal, no problem. But bro,
they needed this goal to get into that penalty.
See, we introduced this topic. You know, talk about beginning. We introduced the topic. He said Yama started, but he didn't do well. No Mensch.
No,
I think that's the way teach people how to hold Salah.
I think that guy should be top 5 for Ballon d'Or.
No, give him the Ballon d'Or already. Give him the award.
That guy is good.
No Mensch.
That guy is good.
He teach people how they take deal with fleet-footed players. He do that to Salah. He do that to the other guy. He reached this one. He still do him again. It's his job.
The biggest compliment of all of this is doing it to Salah, because Salah is somebody that has mastered his craft and is of age. Doing it to Salah, yes, but doing it to this guy, in 2 or 3 years now, when this guy is in his peak,
he go still do him again.
We'll come back and have this conversation.
They say, when you pass person, you don't need find this thing to follow and fight. You come out this thing, lie at that for table, flog him for yash. Flog him. Nothing this guy do him. He put him in place. The hype was just too much. I feel like
Baba, if the hype they pay you, may you go take painkiller now.
Nah, no, is not giving me painkiller. No, they give me joy.
Go take painkiller.
No, they give me joy, because look at the performance against Yamal that game. You get. We're looking at the Spain side. We're talking about strikers and all of these people fading out. And you're looking at the Spain national team side. You're seeing a Moreno, Fabian Ruiz, and Oyarzabal starting as a striker. This is somebody that when you look at his performance in the Europa League, did relatively almost nothing in the Europa League that he played, and it's in the league itself that he's playing in La Liga. He's okay. He always drops to midfield. Has about a couple
Baba
of
no follow. I cannot start in a team.
Me normally no go start him.
At all.
And this was the team you're going with.
Yes.
You know, we complained about it in the last game. I think the last game, there was no striker at all. There was nobody that can play as a striker at all in the last game.
Part of the thing that's happening to Spain, apart from Morata, they don't really have produced a number 9 after the OG.
But then look at the bias in that setup now. Because you have a Samu in that setup who has got double figures for FC Porto.
Yes.
That's the bias there.
If you look at the statistics in this game, Portugal has 7 shots in total with 2 on target. They scored from that.
And that 2 goals.
Spain had 16 shots on target, 16 shots in total and 6 on target. In pole position, Spain has 62% position and Portugal has 38. Even in passes, it's 812 for Spain and 509 for Portugal.
Collect everything. Collect all the passes.
In all the index matrix here, Spain deserve to go to the final, but at the end of the day, if you win the tournament, you deserve 100%. And Cristiano Ronaldo delivered this for
bro. Once you get to penalties, it's 50-50.
50-50. Nobody can take it away from them.
We're talking about strikers and people who know their craft.
You have and look another thing now. I have a problem with De La Fuente, because De La Fuente should be eased out of the job in 2 or 3 years. No disrespect. You have a Dani Olmo, you have a Fermin Lopez, you have a Samu, and you need a goal. What are we doing, man?
You know, that's what I'm saying. All of us can be here and be saying they see what they see. They decide
Baba,
what they decide.
in no universe am I starting Oyarzabal.
Well, he's been delivering for them.
Delivering what?
How can you compare him and
Delivering what?
He delivered the last World Cup.
He delivered the last Euros.
Last Euros.
What are you saying?
Last year.
See, you have to understand
the last Euros. Sorry,
you have to understand that coaches, as we say, coaches see these things that we don't see. You can come out and say whatever you want to say, but they see what.
Let me not agree with you here. For me, I know. But me, I know.
Two, they held on to the ball and they were looking like to score in the extra time.
Baba, the thing no come now. Baba, change the matter.
And number 2, remember, if you do tactics as a coach, you work, you are a superstar.
Leave that thing.
If you don't work,
Leave that thing. No, let's see.
If you has mascot,
See,
if you not come here, tell you
excuse me.
it's a win.
If excuse me, if these guys have won a couple of games, apart from the fact that they play together, the biggest fact is that their key men turn up. In that position, Alvaro Morata and Oyasba, none of them turn up. He not turn up the last game. He shouldn't have started this game. But he started both.
It's called the second goal
Started both
for Spain. And when Morata came in, Morata missed a penalty after he went on penalty. Cristiano Ronaldo was taken off in that game after playing about 88 minutes. He scored the second goal. Cristiano Ronaldo has scored.
Let's not even get into the fact that they took Pedri off.
He always takes Pedri off. I don't even know why.
Because players choke.
No, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Who be the player?
Cristiano Ronaldo has scored 988 career goals. He's chasing that 1,000 goal. But let's see if he's going to make it.
1,000 goals on camera.
If he's going to make it, but congratulations to Portugal and congratulations to especially for Mendes. Mendes actually locked up that shop for Yamal. Yamal did not play until he was substituted in that game. Good for particular. I like that Mendes. I'm hoping that probably he will reach somewhere top then in the Ballon d'Or. But that Ballon d'Or is not somehow for Yamal. He's going to drop in that ranking again because everybody was expecting if you win this one, you move higher. So probably he might win, he might not win, but it's going to be tough for him. But for Cristiano Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo is still performing for Portugal and he wants to play the World Cup at 41 years old next year. Let's hope that he said that he was playing with injury in that particular game. He was playing with injury in this finals, but he has to enjoy this injury to help Portugal because he said that anything concerning Portugal, he will carry on for head. He did well and scored the second goal. Lovely goal. How he just nudged Pereira and just tapping that ball to score. Equalized that game, making it 2-2. Congratulations to Portugal. They are the Uefa Nations League champions. So congratulations to them. And their coach, we criticize their coach, but
they don't save a job. They don't save a job.
We criticize Martinez all the time, but let's see if he's going to probably win the World Cup for them next year. Okay, let's go to our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. And okay, I'll start with the first one. Bowie. Drake Media is saying, please let's not take the glory away from Norway. They were good on the night. He's talking about them when they beat Italy. I say saying hope John is okay this morning. No,
fantastic. Why not?
Spain. Okay, kudos to Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, Drake Media is saying Mendes, best left back in the world, amazing. In one season, Mendes has shut down Salah, Yamal, player of the tournament. Congratulations to that boy. That boy is something else in the future. For now and the future. So I think PSG are very, very lucky to have him in their team. Okay, Flocky, this is first time I'm seeing your comment, Flocky. Flocky, welcome to the show. In case you are joining us, please remember to subscribe to our channel. Flocky is saying Mendes saved football last night. Yes, if Yamal does score that goal, everybody will talk about Yamal everywhere. So, Lucky, I understand where you are coming from, Lucky. Say that Mendes saved football yesterday. He's also saying congratulations to Portugal. Yamal is sleeping. Okay, Fabrizio post-time. Yes, okay, post-time. Yamal is eating Fabrizio post-time. I don't understand what you are saying here, but let me. I have to check this your comments again. Okay, let me talk about Emmanuel Okitibi. Welcome to the show. Congratulations to Portugal, but the game was won by substitutes. 4 changes from Spain. Okay, thank you for that comment. Okay, Irelzo. Call this name for me. Is it?
Yeah,
Irelzo, right? Irelzo. Yeah. So if I didn't get your name very well, I'm very, very sorry about it. Irelzo, welcome to the show. Okay, Irelzo is saying, good morning, guys. I am super happy that Cristiano 4 won. Is it Cristiano 7? I don't know why maybe it's a mistake. Cristiano 4 won his third trophy for his country. It was really a fantastic final. Both teams played well. Mendes just pocketed Yamal like he was not on the pitch. Okay, that's one good one. Okay, he's also saying, John, Cristiano Ronaldo crying was a tears of joy.
Of course, no.
Please, John, appreciate Portugal for winning this important trophy. Wow. Nothing like friendly. Everything was at stake. Both countries played for supremacy too. Okay.
Yes.
Emmanuel Leo, welcome to the show. Emmanuel
it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. And Emmanuel Leo, your comments plenty. So I'm going to read some of the comments. He's saying, good morning, guys. Italy and Brazil, younger generation have lost their identities. That's the problem. We know Brazil played Jogo
Bonito, yeah. Beautiful
Benito,
football.
and it plays defensive heavily still, but now it's gone. Okay, Bruno Fernandes, what a player. Thank God we didn't lose him to Al Hilal.
Oh,
Nelson
man, you
Semedo-
fans will be happy.
I tell you.
Now go to Thanksgiving.
Nelson Semedo from Wolf is different from the one that plays for Portugal. Lamine
true talk.
Yamal shouldn't be overhyped again, Biko.
Rest.
Okay,
Zupani
everybody's just coming for Yamal. He didn't play well today, so and he's been talking. So I understand why everybody's talking about him. Yeah, I've watched Pepe bringing out the trophy, and I laughed. If to say Yamal played during his era with Ramos, he will understand how to choose to stay alive first. Yes, I understand. They always want to kill you on the pitch. Okay, Spain has a certain pattern for generations, and that pattern of play doesn't require strikers. It's always tiki-taka. They rather play another midfielder as a false nine than to play a Haaland. Okay, Chisco, welcome to the show. Okay, comments are dropping. Chisco saying Portugal before Ronaldo only qualified for 3 World Cups. Qualified for 3 Euros, no major trophies. Portugal since Ronaldo qualified for 5 World Cups and 6 Euros, won 3 major tournaments. Okay, he's saying Cristiano
National League never major tournament to look at one eye.
Okay,
that tournament.
Okay, Cletus is saying, Cletus, welcome to the show. Spain manager should be back. I think he's one says man should be sacked. He's not good in substitute.
Supported.
Yeah, I think he made a mistake in that substitute.
Bro, man, why are you guys talking like this now?
Supported.
Okay.
Let me say, man, when we sing in praises last year.
Supported.
Okay, Samuel, welcome to the show. Say Mendy shines, Yamal flop. Portugal celebrating a friendly trophy like it's a world. Okay.
You see them. If they say that this comment will not be like this. If they say Spain winner, this thing will not be like this. No, but that's true because when they talk about them, say at first it was a glorified.
Yeah, the one that said it here that is not a major tournament.
But a tournament.
You said it now.
Carabao Cup is a major tournament, but not tournament.
You said it, Abi.
Is Carabao Cup a major tournament?
The truth is that it's not really a major tournament.
The same thing as Carabao Cup.
Carabao is a major tournament.
Carabao Cup.
Yes, Carling Cup is a major tournament. Yes.
If you win it, you qualify for Europe.
Thank you. Yes.
You know they qualify for Europe on the FA Cup. FA Cup na major tournament. Carabao Cup, Coppa Italia.
If you win Carabao Cup, you go and play the conference.
Thank you.
Recently.
So, but they introduce it, so it's still a major trophy. Why worry of them? They won, they fight, they win. And major trophy. But truthfully, that we know that this particular tournament was just a friendly game. Instead of playing a friendly game, make it competitive.
That's the thing.
That's so understand that one. Everybody knows that.
Because if it's not so, half of the players that played yesterday will not have played because there's nothing.
Okay, let's continue before we take phone calls. Mention nostalgia. He's saying Nuno Mendes is the GOAT. He's also saying Portugal has a good chance of winning the World Cup. Okay, let's see. Choose, welcome to the show. He said Cristiano was crying as if he won the World Cup. Spain coach should learn how to make substitutes. Removing Pedri was his downfall.
Thank you.
Every time he removes Pedri, that
bro was tired, man. Bro was tired.
Finally, on our YouTube channel, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Full Defense Sport. And Cletus is saying, Liverpool, congratulations. Liverpool congratulates Jota. Manchester United congratulated Bruno, and PSG congratulated Mendes, and others had many except Arsenal.
Arsenal get Magalhaes now. They congratulate on new contracts.
Okay, let's see what happens. Thank you for guys for all the comments on our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, if you are listening to me, go to our YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Drop your comments, we'll engage you and talk to you and read your comments live here on the studio. Okay, let's take phone calls. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, guys in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, I want to, before I comment, I want to ask a very debatable question.
Okay.
We all agree in the studio that FA Cup is a major tournament.
Of course, now.
Yes,
FA Cup is one of the oldest tournaments in football. So yes.
Okay. Because the reason I'm asking is because when Arsenal was winning back to back, they looked for a way to condemn it.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's what that today you guys agree.
See, nobody that
And Arsenal have won it
Okay.
more than 10 times.
That's
My
what
brother
that's
na
what
Babele
banter.
they made them
That's
talk
what
that one.
banterism.
Babele.
That's what banterism.
Thank God. That is what I want to confirm. And also congratulations to Portugal.
Okay.
You know, in the world of football, at times the best thing don't win.
Yes.
When it comes to cup tournament, I used to say it. Cup tournament is quite a different thing. You might go in to play a defensive game and come out to win the tournament. Just like Chelsea played totally nothing when they won their first championship. They just came to make sure they destroy the careers of others. Like I remember when the Drogba picked this guy at the Ruben, and then he was substituted and he was very happy that this guy was troubling them. So they cannot play that they are tapping through football and win the cup.
Same thing Ramos did to Salah too.
The same thing. So you see, the cup tournament is always a very different thing. You can imagine before this game, we were rating Spain over Portugal, but you saw how the ties turn up, and it was Portugal now winning. But congratulations to them.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Sorry, I've already got the call first. Okay, number to call is 0706-048-5853. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Hello.
I'm hearing you. Name and location, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello? Okay, I think the network is bad. Call us and tell us what you think about this game. The number to call is 0706-048-5853. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can
Hi, good
hear
morning.
you. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning, guys. This is Alex calling.
Okay. What is
Good morning, Alex.
Chairman.
They come down, I understand now. But see, anyway, that's just the between game of the
Football.
That's what is going to the table. Look like this article I just said now. Nobody was giving Portugal the chance, but I trust my Ronaldo. They have been, how many times have been in the finals? I think we have just only lost the major finals. We have just only lost once. And being in the Euros final 2015, it's not giving the chance. Of course, no one. On the fact that they still had the injury that finals, and they still find the way to very themselves that they substituting with Edda. I think that black guy that one goal that gave Portugal over France. And now they find themselves to way to rally themselves back. Spain scored the equalize. And congratulations to my Ronaldo for scoring. He has scored in the quarter final, scored in the semi-final, and now he's scored in the final.
Give him Ballon d'Or.
I beg, please, more person. See what is whether you hate him or love him. The man is not doing that which he has been known for.
Normally.
It's exceptional. Please, please, running around the pitch with the players happy stage.
Thank you.
What else are we supposed to be talking about here? Even though you didn't win this Nations League, has not done enough.
He has done. All right, thank you.
Congratulations to Portugal. I'm very, very happy. I know that even though he's not going to play that at least 3 major trophies for Portugal.
It's okay.
It's very nice to come to that national team. 3 major trophies.
All right.
That's what Figo and Tico did not do it. Please let us congratulate this for team.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's see what happens. He has done well for Portugal since he joined that. I think the first tournament was 2004. Yes, I can remember when he played for that first Euros, and he actually played well. He won the young player of the tournament. From that, he did not look back till today. Okay, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Okay. It's Manchester United calling from OG.
Okay, what is the
welcome.
contribution? 1 minute, please.
Please, I love it. Other people are saying, and they're telling me 1 minute. Mendy, that guy is very wonderful. I watched him in Champions League final. And those I watched, the guy yesterday. The guy, man, I can give that guy 100% credit. The guy is a wonderful player. Very, very strong player. I can see what he did to Rama is a small boy. I cannot compare with that guy. That guy is well experienced. And there are some days of Ronaldo. I love Ronaldo. That guy is a legend. And somebody tell me that this cup is just it's not a major tournament. While Spain is fighting for it. I see this tournament as a major tournament. For my own view, for my own opinion.
Okay.
Then in terms of Bruno, I love Bruno. He's Manchester United. And I love that he's staying in Manchester United also.
Okay.
Please, guys, I want you to update me on Manchester United details. Transfer and other things.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, tomorrow we'll sit on transfers from tomorrow. A whole lot of happened to the weekend, but we need to finish up with this particular.
Carried away by the performance.
So tomorrow we'll talk about transfer from this week. Just transfer because everything football has finished except South America that's going to play today, tonight. After that, then everything will finish. Then it's transfers everywhere till the Club World Cup starts around 14th June. We'll move to another club football. Okay, these are going to end today's show. Thank you for joining on today's show. Thank you for all those that join us on our YouTube live. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sport. And finally, on our YouTube, Emmanuel is saying, why are people mocking Yamal? Are we forgetting he is 17 years old?
Thank you, bro.
That young man is already a gift to true football lovers.
Thank you.
Okay, last comment. Michael, welcome to the show. Michael, this is first time I'm seeing. Remember, guys, to subscribe to our channel if you are on this page. Michael is saying, if no be greed, waiting 17 year one use Nations League Cup do.
He concern you.
He's 17 and he's doing well for his country. Thank you, Michael. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. Tomorrow we'll come back and talk about top transfer because Manchester City are making transfers.
Men,
players. Man, the full ground for Man City. Pep the Vex. Tomorrow we'll talk about all these transfers.
Everything like
my name is Godwin and see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
The people buy everything like Pellegrini. One good relegation. Pellegrini come West Ham, buy Payet, buy everybody, buy go to go. Carry us a good 20th.
You don't like Payet, they buy for you.
It's good, but Pellegrini doesn't abuse that.
You didn't Payet.
Pep do the same thing.
French.
Leave that thing. I'm not saying they're no good. They're good.
French Messi.
They're good. But the coach by them no sabi to use them. Pep people buy Cheki, Tijani, all of them. They constantly misbehave. They carry to go 10th. They carry to go 10th for table.
You
Don't to buy everything.
But then
They have to buy everything from market.
Exclusively on Gold 104.